What's up, YouTube? Robbie Vapes back again, and today we're checking out the Ryder Mechanical Mod by Unique Vapor Innovations. Alright guys, let's just cut to the chase. You don't want to see me talk about this too much, so what I'm going to do is just summarize what it is. It is a mechanical mod by Unique Vapor Innovations, single 18650 of course, and with that being said, I think that's enough of an introduction. Let's just get straight down and dirty with this thing and check out what you get in the box. Alright YouTube, we are down and dirty with the Ryder by Unique Vapor Innovations. And of course you have the traditional, beautifully clean packaging by them. Traditional information, contact information, their stamp, their logo, and of course what you get in the box. You get the device, a user manual, and of course the box itself. Now, as you can tell, I've already actually opened it, but let's just take it out here and examine it. Let's see if I can get it out here. There we go. So of course, you do have, this is just the top part of the box, nothing else to see there. You have the card here, of course, which is great. Just kind of an authenticity type thing. Really nice. It also acts as kind of your manual as well, which of course you really don't need to worry about for a mech mod if you know what you're doing. And if you don't, make sure you do your research before you get into something like this, because there are obviously issues with battery safety. So we'll put that off to the side. Actually, let's put it right there. And let's get to the main attraction, which is the Ryder itself. Really nice little mod here. Very light. I would say maybe it's a little bit heavier than the Mech Ray that I have, but it's a very light mod still. Again, you can see the logo here, just beautifully designed, really nice. You have a floating pin in there as well. All right, which brings us to the locking mechanism here. This, of course, is locked. As you can see, it will not push in, but all we have to do is turn it. You have that beautiful red indicator to indicate whether it's locked or unlocked. When it's unlocked, it just pushes in just that easy. And again, really nice design on this. And there you go, it's locked in. So of course you have the lock and unlock mechanism on all sides. You also have the red indicator on both sides. So you can tell no matter what way you're looking at it. It's a small thing, but you know what? It's small things that, it's the little details, I guess I should say, that really bring these devices out and make them what they are in my mind. The other thing to note is that this is all magnetized, so when we take this out, just unscrew it. You can see it is magnetized in there. Screw it back in. And yeah, so I mean, it's an 18650 mech mod. There's not a ton of detail you really have to, or there's really not a ton to say about it because it is a mech mod. But the design itself is beautiful. The way it fires is awesome. And we're actually going to be using the Twisted Messes RDA on this one. As you know, it's one of my new favorite RDAs. And the build in here is let's just put it on here actually and show you. But the build in here to really test this out. And of course, most of this is the battery, right? I mean, obviously, if you want a better vape, you use a better battery in the mech mod. One of the things I like with the mech mod is it's not, finicky or complex like some of the variable voltage mods. But yes, here's the build in here. This is a fused Clapton build, if I can get it to focus. There we go. And again, you can see a fused Clapton build in there. That's what I'll be hitting on this thing, which I think is really cool. Alright guys, so that is the up close and personal section of this. What we're going to do is take it back up top, take a couple hits off it, and we'll finish the video off there. Alright guys, we are back up top with the Ryder by Unique Vapor Innovations. I have the Twisted Messes RDA on here with a fused Clapton coil. So it's going to be taking a lot of power out of this thing. It's about a 0.2 ohm build. Basically what I'm going to do is hit it a couple times, show you how the vapor production is, and then what I'll do is we'll take it off, put the Smock TFB4 on here as well, and we'll try that out too, just so you can see how it hits on an RDA and on a tank as well. And without further ado, let's just take a hit, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Oh, love it, love it. good vapor production, especially for such a strong build. As anyone who's used Claptons before knows, they typically run at a very high wattage. In fact, this Clapton coil itself that I have here on the Twisted Messes RDA, I've been running on my Sigali 150 with temp control. I haven't been using temp control, I should say, but I've been using that device, and I've been hitting it at 150 watts. So I'm maxing out my Sigali 150 on with this thing, and this is just a regular 18650 Mech Mod, and as you can see, it's holding up pretty nicely. Yeah, so it hits well. It's able to handle this high build on here, and by high I don't mean like resistance wise, but I mean just how powerful this thing is. It's able to handle it no problem. Vapes really nicely. Now the big question is, how will it handle a tank? So let's check that out right now and put a tank on, and we'll see how it looks. All right, guys, we are back. I have now replaced the Twisted Messes RDA with the Smock TFV4. This has the tri-coil in it right now, just so you're aware. A few things I didn't touch on before. This is not a hybrid style Mech Mod, meaning that the battery is not exposed. It does have a top cap to it, so you can put tanks on it and it'll be relatively safe. Now, of course, you always want to make sure about battery safety. I can't stress that enough. In any Mech Mod, you're going to want to make sure of that. But again, just keep that in mind going forward. I have a fully charged battery in here. It's a Sony VTC4. So it's going to be good to go, and it can handle this thing no problem. With that being said, I'm going to stop talking and take a couple hits off this just to show you the kind of vapor you get off it and give you an idea of what to expect. So here it is. This is the Ryder Mech Mod with a Smock TFV4 tank on it, and we're going to see how it hits. I'm going to close off the airflow on the drip tip on this really quickly here. Now, one of the things I shouldn't have done is left it running. Always make sure you lock your Mech Mod when you want to put it in place. That would have been a very stupid mistake on my part. So do not do that if you're putting your Mech Mod down like I just did. And I guess that's a little safety lesson for you guys. Make sure your mods are locked before you put them down anywhere, or before you put them in your pocket, and that goes for any mod, not just Mech Mods. Now, of course, that's common sense for most people, but apparently for me it's not. So, I've adjusted the airflow on the drip tip. Let's take another hit and show you what it looks like. Again, really nice hit, very true hit. It's hitting really nicely. There's no voltage drop that I can sense on this. It's a really, really nice device. The look and feel of it is great. The locking mechanism is awesome. I love the locking mechanism, even though I apparently sometimes forget to use it. But no, apart from that, it's a great little device. What more can I say, right? It's a Mech Mod, but honestly, I will say this. I like what UVI does because they're kind of bringing back that spark I kind of had for Mech Mods going back before I got into the Sigalis or the box mods and things like that. It really does reignite your passion for these things. And if you're using one of these for everyday use, if you want to use it for occasional use, or even if you want to use them for competitions, because a lot of the competitions are restricted now to only 18650 single, or only single 18650 Mech Mods. At least the competitions I've seen are all restricted like that. I would recommend going and check out Unique Vapor Innovations because they have a lot to choose from. They have the Ryder, they have the Bam Bam, they have the Mech Ray, of course, which I'm a huge fan of. And this is no different. This is a lot more like the Mech Ray in my mind than the Bam Bam, just because it's that lightweight, really nice and sleek Mech Mod. The Bam Bam was a lot heavier. It was great. I loved it, don't get me wrong. But I'm realizing that after using the Mech Ray in this, I prefer a lighter Mech Mod than I do a heavier one. Just my preference. If you like the heavier one, I recommend the Bam Bam. If you like something lighter, the Mech Ray or this is equally is an equally good choice. So check them out. I love them. I can't get enough of this. I'm gonna take one more hit here real quick. And again, yeah, it's hitting well. It's great. Go check them out. honestly, guys, I'm a big fan of Unique Vapor Innovations. They're doing things right. I love how they put their own personal twist on everything. It just makes it that much more enjoyable when you get a device that has that little, the little extra uniqueness to it, I guess. But I guess that pretty much ends the video there. So until next time, YouTube, as always, happy vaping.